Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back to the Uncle Sharma channel here today for a special episode, Scout Report episode. And today, you guys, I know I like to bring on experts when it comes to certain players I don't know about, certain leagues that I don't know about. And Jaron here from FC Afkikken, is that right? Is that correct?
That is right. That is certainly right. Yeah.
Yeah, he is here to help us today with discovering Andre Onana, the possible, not 100% confirmed, but it looks like 99%. All the sources are saying he's gonna be the new Inter goalkeeper next season. And yeah, Yaron, as an Ajax fan, Ajax expert, I think he's one of the most perfect people I could bring on to describe him to us. Thank you, Yaron, for coming on.
No worries. No worries. Glad to be here.
No, thank you, thank you. We were having some technical issues at the beginning, but we're all here. We're ready to go. And yeah, Yaron, like tell us before I give my opinion on him. You tell us as an Ajax fan, describe to us like who is Andre Onana? What do Ajax fan think of him? And like what type of goalkeeper is he? Yeah, just I'll give you. It's your mic. It's your open space now to talk to us.
Yeah. I think Onana is one of the best goalkeepers in Europe right now. At least he was before he got suspended.
Hmm.
Um, that was really a bummer because, like, with him, I think Ajax could have won the Europa League. It is really amazing how he developed himself from coming from Barcelona B to becoming the first keeper of Ajax. He made such an impact. We all know his performance from the Champions League, where he was amazing and where he helped us to get to the semifinals.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's a goalkeeper who is very good on the line, but also in his communication and off the line as well. He's a very complete goalkeeper, and I think we all thought, like, not last year, but the year before that, he was going to go to a very big club. But that's the thing with goalkeepers. If you have a goalkeeper, every someone has to move, otherwise nothing is going to happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you touched on the ban there. Could you explain to us because we can only see from the outside, what's happened that he got banned. So it sounds quite bad when you hear about goalkeeper being banned for taking banned substances or something illegal. Can you explain to us like what happened?
Yeah. According to Onana, he took a pill from his girlfriend, and the pill got some some of the things what which was on the drug list. So they found it in his body with just a random test, and then he said, "Yeah, well, I just took a pill from a girlfriend. I wanted to take a personal, but like something got mixed up, and it was not my fault."
Do we believe
Um,
him?
yeah, I actually do because it isn't really a very enhancing drug. You
Mm,
don't get you don't become a better goalkeeper if you took the drug that he supposedly took.
hmm.
Um, and yeah, it could happen. Like you could go to maybe you took a pill at night. It was a little bit dark, and you just
Yeah.
want to take a quick quick pill, and then okay, fuck that. Um, so yeah, it could happen, but it sounds a little bit sketchy. But
Yeah.
the ban was first it was for 15 months, so he couldn't perform until next season, but he cut it down to 11 months, so from January on he can play again.
Right, right. And but now he's out of your squad, right? You haven't registered him for this Eredivisie season.
He is registered, but he is in training from September, I guess, and he can play from the half of November again. So
Oh.
he could play in the last two Champions League games, but um, Overmars, our technical director, and Ten Hag said that the chances are very small, very slim that he would perform in these games.
Yeah, no, obviously now it's his contract is running out, so it makes sense that he's the next keeper in line gets the playing time. And what about you? Are you sad to see him leave? Like that tells me a lot. If a fan is sad for a player to leave, that means he's a really good player. What do you and Ajax fans in general think of Onana and his situation?
I think it's a little bit mixed. I'm very sad that he leaves because he's a top 10 keeper in the world. Like,
Wow.
we won't get a replacement that
Mhm.
good. But on the other hand, and this is more like a very Ajax fan purpose, or gays.
Yeah.
Um, they aren't like most of them think fuck Onana because like he didn't play for us for a year and he didn't want to get his contract renewed, so he left like for free.
Hmm.
That was his purpose, and we
Like a Donnarumma and AC Milan fans at the moment.
exactly like that's a very similar situation. Only the last year we paid Onana, but he didn't play any games for us.
Hmm.
So you got a lot of fans were saying like, "Oh, he's just using Ajax. We gave him everything. Why didn't he renew his contract with a small fee in it and give something back to Ajax because we gave him everything?"
Hmm.
I think I am a little bit more neutral in that discussion. I just look how what the player performs, and that was amazing. And you won't get a replacement that good for such a small price. So I just look to the football aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah. Parmeshwar here says that Overmars said that they did a lot to try to renew his contract. Many seem to be disappointed with his attitude. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Mm,
Yeah, because like as I said, a lot of his attitude towards Ajax was very negative. He was like, okay,
mm,
I'm not going to renew my contract. I'm just going to play until my contract is due, so 2022, and then I'm going to leave. And there's a little bit of a side note to it because he renewed his contract, and in his renewing of his contract, we said, okay, if a good cup comes by, you can always go. And then the ban happens, and
mm.
everything got mixed up. So in a normal situation, he would probably have left Ajax in the summer of 2021, but like
Right.
because of the ban, that didn't happen.
No, that makes sense. And your replacement at the moment is doesn't. I don't really know. I haven't watched Ajax this season, but Pasveer, I've seen he's a 37-year-old, so he's not the ideal replacement, right?
That's that's a very big understatement. So from a top 10 keeper in the world to a keeper of a mid league table level keeper of the Eredivisie. So yeah, we need a new keeper. So I don't know if you have any tips for us, but we're certainly looking for someone.
Well, if you want Handanovic, if you want to experience the goalkeeper, good with his feet, we've got Handanovic.
Yeah, he was 4 years ago. I would say let's do it, but now I'm not that sure though.
Yeah, and I was reading a lot of rumors in the summer about Leon as well. Was that I heard it was very close to happening. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, it was. Peter Bos was his former coach at Ajax, and he wanted to um, get Onana, and Lopez would leave then. But I don't think they could agree on a price. Ajax held on to a certain price, and Lyon didn't want to pay that, so
Hmm.
that's why it didn't go through in the end.
Okay, no, that makes sense. So it just didn't personal terms didn't work
Yeah,
out in the end.
yeah. The personal terms between Onana and Lyon was done very quickly because they got an agreement very
Yeah,
quick, but Ajax and Lyon didn't manage uh, to get an agreement.
yeah. Any interest in Andre Radu, our number two goalkeeper? He's a young Romanian talent.
He is, I think he is interesting. He's more interesting than the first two keepers we have with Stekelenburg and Pasveer, but I think we are aiming for a little bit more,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little
Come on,
bit.
guys. Ajax is a big club. We're not giving them our scrubs. Come on. And yeah, thank you everyone that's wishing me a happy birthday. By the way, I'm not ignoring you guys. I just didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but appreciate everyone
Wow,
wishing me.
I didn't even. Happy birthday, my man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate everyone in the comments. Yeah, very humbled. Everyone's wishing me nice on this day, but we're working every day, guys, for you guys in here in this channel, bringing you into content. Doesn't matter which day it is. Uh, Hustling for you guys. There was actually a couple of stats that I wanted to bring up, Yaron, regarding um Onana. I saw like a few seasons. You probably won't be able to see now because you're on your phone. But he was in the Champions League. He had the best post XG performance in the 2018 Champions League. So he had the best um, performance. Really, you would say that most of his saves led directly to saved goals or dangerous positions. And even when I look at his stats over the last year on FBref, he's still ranking. I know he hasn't played for a while, but his post shot XG is still ranking very high. So it seems like statistically he's a very, very good shot stopper, right?
He is. I think that's the thing you want with a goalkeeper, is someone who gets you points, and that certainly is Onana. I think you
Mhm.
saw it with all the big teams all over the world. When they got a good goalkeeper, they
Oh,
managed.
we can't hear you as clearly.
Oh, can you hear me now? Or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go.
um, I think the biggest difference is a goalkeeper. You saw that with Liverpool. You saw it with Manchester City. When
Yeah.
they got a good goalkeeper, they started winning prizes. And Onana could be that key to Inter Milan. He
Hmm.
is he's very young. He's 25, 26, I suppose. So he has 10 years in front of him, and he's already on such a high level. He's amazing with his feet. He's a very good football player as well. And next to that, he wins you with this extreme saves. You that's why you win points. That's why you win prizes, and that's what Onana could do for Inter as well.
Yeah, no, exactly as you said. Like keepers, I think they improve and get better with age, and they peak a little bit later in the 30s, probably goalkeepers. So he's still got a long time to improve and get better. And as you said, yeah, Ajax school, Barcelona school. So with his feet, this guy is gonna be good, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But speaking on that, I know you could pick this kind of clips for any player in the world, any goalkeeper, but there's a few mistakes that I've seen him make in the past. There was this against the Groningen, where he seems like he's a little bit overconfident at times with the ball at his feet. Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, that's why we lost the title actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. If we, I think we drew against Groningen in the end, and that cost us the title because we came 1 point short. Um, yeah, this is the gamble you take with Onana
Hmm.
because he's a very good keeper, and I only seen one or maybe two or three of these moments
Yeah.
at his time with Ajax, but you can what he gives extra to play so much football is is amazing. Like it doesn't compare like to the faults because
Hmm.
the mistakes he makes is not that big, and the extra football you get from a goalkeeper who is so sure on the ball, it's perfect. Certainly with players like Barella and the high backs, the wide backs you play with Inter, that could be a really good addition because you can let the opponent come to you
Yeah.
and you can play from there, which certainly is an extra.
Yeah, no, exactly. Handanovic has improved a lot with his feet, like over the years. It didn't used to be a strength for Handanovic, and he improved. But with Onana coming in, I think, as you said, yeah, straight away we have a guy who can. I've seen some of his passes, like he can ping the ball like really quick, like fast, to Lautaro, to Barella on the wings. You said, or to Dumfries, or one of the guys on the wing. So he adds extra dimension from when we build up from the back, which we do a lot of the time, and a lot of teams a lot of fans this year have been complaining some of our passing from the back hasn't been very good this season. So I think Onana can probably help with that. And yeah, of course, this stuff can happen when you take risks. And I think probably Onana, I'm sure, has learned from that. That mistake
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that mistake was I think 3 years ago. It was his first season at Ajax underneath the underneath the in the goal,
Hmm.
and I haven't seen him make that big of mistakes in the rest of his career with Ajax. So he certainly learned from it.
Yeah, no, no, definitely. And what about him as a personality, as a character? Like, do you see him having that mentality now? He's been out for like a year, hasn't he, since the ban? So do you think is he that type of guy that now he's going to be hungry to prove people wrong? Or do you feel like this guy maybe is just, it was that, some players they can check out, is like, yeah, whatever, get the next big contract and that's it, I'm done. What do you think, like, mentality wise? Where is he one of those guys that wants to be one of the best, you think?
I think he is. I think he is. I think it's the second. I think he wants to be the best goalkeeper in the world and the best player in the world, and he mentioned that as well. Um, but like the last year was very difficult for him. Also, like how we how the Dutch see him as a football player and the
Hmm.
way he acted towards Ajax regarding his contract and all that. So, but I don't believe that's the player who Onana is. I think
Hmm.
he is the player who is going to show, who is wanting to show the world what type of player he is and how good of a player he is.
Yeah, no, that's really good to hear that he's that type of guy in the scene. Yeah, he does seem like I've watched a few interviews. Seems like a good character as well in the dressing room. Like he seems like a funny guy, energetic guy.
He was always good with everyone in the dressing room. Like all the colleagues really liked him, or all the football players really liked him. You saw that after the games where he was always laughing and always making fun.
Hmm.
And I think that's the energy you will get if you get Onana into your dressing room.
Yeah, no, yeah, he doesn't look like for the social media guys. He will be a great character to have on video.
Yeah,
Do you know if he's going to Afcon for Cameroon? Is he being called up?
I don't know, but I think so because he's the best goalkeeper of Africa
Hmm.
at this moment. So it would be very weird if he wouldn't play for Cameroon, and he can again. He did had some trouble with the bonds coach, with the coach of Cameroon 2 years ago, but I don't know. I think that was managed as well because he played the Concacaf or the Africa Cup
Yeah.
two
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, if he's the best keeper for Cameroon, he will go. What's the drip like? Do you know? Is he a drippy player?
He is a drippy player. You will get a very drippy player. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
good. That's good. We need to increase the drip level at Inter. We've got a lot of a lot of nice players, but the drip is kind of a little bit low.
you will get a real enhancement on your drippiness, like real. Like Onana is going to show you some drip. That's for sure.
That's good, man. That's good. And then there was a good question that I had as well. Like you, as an Ajax fan, what do you think about if Inter try to get him in January? Let's say offer you like 1, 2, 3 million, like a minimal fee to get him in January. Do you think Ajax would let him go, or would you say they're waiting for the summer window?
I think it all has to do if Ajax got a new is going to get a new goalkeeper as well. Those are the talks now. I think he will get. Ajax is really wanting to get a new goalkeeper, but I don't know if they will manage. And
Hmm.
then if they don't manage, what are they going to do with the first two keepers? Because they don't have the level of Champions League at this moment. And if you want to go farther in Champions League, you need a good goalkeeper. So I can imagine a situation where he is going to play for half a year, but that's a very I don't see that happening real quick. And if it's not happening, then I would certainly see a situation where you can buy Onana already in January. And if I was into, I would certainly do that because he's already at a better level than Andanovic. And if not, you get a very good second goalkeeper and already half a year to get used to Inter and to get used to Milan and maybe start in next season.
Yeah, exactly. If it was me, I would pay that, minimal 2 or 3 million, get the guy, come learn Italian, start embedding. Maybe he doesn't even play even one game, but just to get him in the team, get him accustomed. Because
Certainly.
yeah, we know Italian is not the easiest language to learn, so it takes time.
Yeah,
And
you speak Spanish already. That really
oh,
comes in handy
oh
though.
yeah, of course, yeah, Barcelona school. So yeah,
Yeah,
true, true,
yeah.
true. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, Onana doesn't have the I don't know if you know about the joke in the inter community about Hanana, which is the laser eyes because he just watches the ball go into the goal.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't
Yeah,
have the laser eyes. He, he is too
that's
quick
good.
on his feet to have the laser eyes.
No, that's brilliant. Yeah, no, that was very good overview of Onana. I feel like yeah, I was already sold on the guy, but now you've given me even an extra level of hype if this guy comes in. Yeah, Beppe Ozilio, bring this guy in as soon as possible. We had a few. There was a question here, man. Van de Beek, man, this guy, I don't the Inter fan base on Twitter and on my YouTube, everyone's always asking me, what about Van de Beek? Okay, you can talk to me, Yaron. You as an Ajax fan, you know Van de Beek more than most of us. Can this guy fit in the Inter midfield? What do you think about Van de Beek?
Yeah, it would be a perfect addition to the midfield of Inter. I think the thing you're missing, um, you'll only have depth with Barella. The rest of them always wants to have the ball on their feet, and I think together in the 3-1-4-2, he would be a perfect addition to Barella, with Brozovic behind him, because he has the same as Barella, the depth, but also the same in small spaces. He's very quick on his feet. He
Mhm.
loves to combine situation. If you check the Ajax year in the Champions League, you saw what kind of player he is. He can play long as well as short, and I think that gives something extra uh, to a tactic to a team, and certainly something that Inter misses. His situation with Manchester United is terrible, because like he has the best number 10 in the world in front of him. That's the problem. Like Bruno Fernandes is the best in the world, or at least one of the three best players in his position. And if you want to make a comparison to what kind of player Donny van de Beek is, if he's in his best, I would say Goretzka. Like Goretzka is similar to the player he is, like a
Mhm.
midfielder but with depth, good into the ball, but also in his passing game. He's not on the same level, but he could be on that level if he plays every game.
Yeah.
And I think Inter would be a perfect team for him.
Yeah, no, I really like Donny, but it's like, yeah, as you said, like, he struggled to adapt in the Premier League for Man United. So in January, like, I feel like it's another difficult move for him. Is like you're asking him, okay, Donny, come to Serie A now, completely different league, completely different style, and now make an impact in 6 months. I think is very difficult. If you unless you actually buy him, or you buy him in August or at the beginning of the season, I think it makes sense. I think it's a little bit difficult to ask him to come and make an impact in January.
Yeah,
And yeah, there's also talks of Frank Kessie with we're doing maybe another Hakan version too. But yeah, if he's asking for that kind of money, 8 million net salary, I think that's too much out of our reach. I don't think anyone in Italy can pay that. Actually, only like PSG and the Premier League teams can pay that.
it would be a good addition to the midfield you have, Frankesi. I think Brozovic is a very good player, but he's getting older. You have to think of a new midfield in addition to Barella. And I think Van de Beek or Cassie would be perfect additions to the midfield you already have with Inter.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. But the money issue at the moment in Inter is a
The
big
money.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yaron, before you go, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. First, um, about Dumfries, Denzel Dumfries. So we signed him over the summer. I know he's not an Ajax player; he's a PSV player. Your rivals, but I'm sure you have some knowledge about him. Like, what did you make of the move? Do you feel like this is a good move for Dumfries, for him, like in general? And how did he play actually recently? If you watched him in the national team.
Yeah, I think it's a good player, and I think the amount you paid for him was a good price. Like it
Hmm.
wasn't too much. It wasn't. Uh, you didn't pay short or anything, but you came from Hakimi, and Hakimi is the world top. Like there isn't. I don't think there is a better right wing back at this moment. And with Dumfries, you have a player who is very good in going forward. Is But he doesn't have soft feet. If you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
his technique is it's a little bit direct, as in it gets.
questionable.
Yeah, exactly. um but if you're looking for a player who runs and take these runs and make spaces for Lotaro, make spaces for Barella, he is that player. And you saw that as well when he plays with the national team. We played against two not very good opponents, Gibraltar and Latvia. And what he does and what he can do is make spaces for people who are better than him, and his stamina and pace is amazing, and his crossing is okay. So if you consider all that, I think it's a good buy for Inter.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think I agree. I think for the money, it was just like he's the really smart buy. But as you said, I'm not. I wasn't, in the Euros, all Inter fans were like, "Oh, this guy looks amazing." I was like, I don't know. I like my technical players, and he wasn't like, as you said, technic.
He's not that. He's not.
Yeah,
He's not a very technical player. Like with Hakimi, you almost had a winger, like really a winger. But
yeah.
uh, yeah, you can't say that of Dumfries.
No, no, definitely not. But yeah, he's had a couple of nice performances for us, and then the last couple of matches he hasn't been so good defensively. But I think that was expected from me. Like, he has to get the Serie A school of defending takes time.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, even Hakimi last year, they took a couple of months to understand her, under Conte. So I have faith. I have faith in Denzel, and yeah, he's another interesting character. Always very serious, like, got that face, that killer face. And then last question I had for you, Yaron, is a bit different. People might not know, as part of your AFC FCF kicking. I saw that you did an interview once with Inter youth product, Primavera product, Samuele Mulattieri, when he was at Volendam last year. And this season, he's once again on loan at Crotone in Serie B, doing very well. He's the top scorer in Serie B. So yeah, tell us, like, you've met him, like what kind of guy he is, and what do you think of him as a player?
Yeah, he was a very interesting player. I think he was the best player in the KKD last year, so in the second competition of the Netherlands.
Hmm.
And what was remarkable is that he learned English quite soon. Like in 2 years or 2 months, he spoke English quite well. He was
Hmm.
adapting. A lot of players who come from Italy or England and go to the second competition in the Netherlands don't really adapt to not only the playing style, but also the way of living. And he did, and that tells me a lot about a player. And next to that, he really made an impression in the league he played in. He was very technical and a killer in the 16 meters in the box. And I followed him at Crotone, like on live score, like seeing how he does now. And he's having some very good stats in a very difficult competition. He could be um, if he develops himself like this, he could be an interesting product to be a third or second striker for next season for Inter.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think if he keeps going like this, because yeah, as you said, Serie B, man, I always hate when Inter send players on loan to Serie B, because usually it's just like, it's the ghetto down there. You're playing on the bad pitches, just bad football. So it's very difficult to like get to that level. We've seen with we send
Esposito.
Esposito this year to
Yeah,
Basel. I think I prefer when they do these types of loan deals. It's like it's still like a decent level of a leagues and decent teams, and better quality of football. I prefer when that happens. But yeah, the fact that he's thriving in Crotone in Serie B makes it like extra level for me of respect for him. Oh yeah, Wim Jonk was the manager, right?
yeah,
At Volendam, ex Inter.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
that helps because that was the connection why he came to Volendam in the first place. And in addition, like Wim Young speaks a little bit of Italian, that always helps to get the best and the most out of a player. And I
yeah.
think, yeah, he managed to do that with Molecheri.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, this season they've got more. They've got two Inter products. They got Oristanio, who's like a attacking midfielder, and they've got the Stankovic's son, Filip Stankovic at Volendam. So it looks like there's a little bit of a connection building with Inter and Volendam.
Yeah, yeah, it seems nice. I think Stankovic is in competition with a different keeper from Volendam itself, but they were positive about him, so it helps. It helps these connections.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So yeah, keep an eye on them for us, if you want.
I will. I will.
But thank you, man, Yaron. That was a amazing little half an hour chat with you. Very insightful. I really appreciate you. You can be my go-to guy for Dutch football, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. So if Donny van de Beek or any Dutch player who ever comes to the Serie A, to Inter in specific, just give me a call.
Great, great. Thank you very much. And anything you wanna tell the people about, what you do with your podcast and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if there are any Dutch listeners because
There are
perfect,
some. There are some. I know there are some.
perfect. Like, uh, if you ever want to see some Dutch podcast about the Eredivisie from international football or anything, just follow FC Afkikken on Instagram, Twitter, or anything else. Newcastle will sign Onana. Oh, that will that will be something if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
manage to do so.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. Every they're linked with De Vrij and our players already, so I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you, Yaron, for today. Thank you, everyone that's joined the stream. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and check out Yaron on the different social platforms that are left in the description below. Ciao, ragazzi. Forza Inter.